When we hear terms like video marketing, we often think of going up here in this box on YouTube or creating reels and using video to share and educate a message that we have to our potential customers and trying to game an algorithm. But one of the things that we forget is the power of video for the other things that we could be using it for in our business. That is why in this video, I'm going to break down for you what you need to know to use video testimonials effectively for your business, because there's nothing more powerful than your customers singing your praises than you just talking at someone on the internet. Hi, my name is Desiree, and I'm here to help you use video marketing to convert those followers, those viewers, into leads and dollars. One of the foundations of business is doing business with those that we know, like, and trust. And one of the ways that we're able to really support the words that we say is when our customers and our previous experiences can sing our praises. It is one thing to talk about like what you do well. It is totally another thing for other people to talk about what you do well. So it's really important for us to really hone in on using the voice, the words, the experiences of our customers to get them to sell for us. The effectiveness of video testimonials is backed by some really powerful data as well. A report by Vidyard found that including video testimonials in email marketing campaigns can increase your click-through rates by up to 300%. And according to Brighton Local, they found that 87% of consumers read online reviews for local businesses, with 79% of them specifically looking for video testimonials. What do you think about something that you bought recently? Like maybe you're buying something off of Amazon and you go to Amazon and you read all about this product you might potentially buy. Then you scroll down to the bottom where all of the testimonials are from people who have purchased it to see if this is something that's worth your time or not. I can't tell you how many things I have not bought because I've done that. And those testimonials are going to have that same impact for you. Now we're going to dive into my formula about what makes up the perfect video testimonial, as well as where you can use it and how you're going to magnify it. But before we do that, you have to have a tool that's going to allow for you to capture those video testimonials very easily from your customer, which is why this video is brought to you by StoryPrompt. StoryPrompt is a tool that I use at my agency personally. Like we've been using it for months. In fact, I did a whole video that you can watch in the cards right now, where I talk about how we use StoryPrompt to gather video content from our clients. I need to show you how you can do that too from the video testimonial perspective. So let me head over to the computer to show you how this tool works. So when we load up StoryPrompt, this is what we're presented with for the first time. We have our replies, our mixes, our wall of love, our prompts that we're creating, all of the things. So let's just dive into this at the gate. So what we want to do is build a prompt. We're gonna hit this big pink collect stories button down bottom left-hand corner. So now what we need to do is collect our stories and build this out from the beginning. So we're gonna go down here to the bottom where it says collect stories, and this is where we're going to start building out our questions. We can create a prompt, or we can create an online community. We're gonna start here by building out our prompt. Now, it's important to remember that story prompt is a video to video sort of relationship. So if I record a video, I need a video response back, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna build our prompt. Now what we're gonna do first is just record our video. So it's important to have your questions established for what you're going to be. I already know what questions we're going to ask for our question formula, so let's just dive into this. Okay, so when we hit that button, we're gonna be presented with our recording screen. As you can see, we have a couple features here. We have our settings tool, which allows for us to pick what our audio input is and our camera. We're gonna have our little visual effects that we can add if like we wanna change our background, if we wanna make it blurry, medium, like all of these different things. We also can upload an image if we're trying to do something really specific. We have the option to share our screen if that's what's part of what we're doing. And we also have the option to just record our voice, but we're focusing on video testimonials, so let's send a video as part of our response. Now we can add a script if you want, if you have something very specific that you want to say. So what I'm actually going to do is put the prompt for what the question is here at the top. So this is what our first question is. We're going to clearly state the problem you had and how did it make you feel. So when we record our video, we're going to give some context and explanation for it, but the script acts as the prompt to remind us of what we need to talk about. So when we're ready, we just hit this big red button here. It's going to give us a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and our question can go. So with this question, I would like to know what it is the problem that you had before coming to my service, and how did it make you feel before you got this resolution to your problem? Then we hit the big red button. So for this question, I would like to... And then you can either say if you're happy with it or not happy with it. And then if you say yes, you're good to go. So what's gonna happen now is we're gonna go into kind of our editing process. So we can give our prompt a name, okay, since I have this all sort of put in there. Capture the response attention with a text overlay. So this could be like, remember to smile, or whatever notes you want to put onto here, that will go here. What type of response you like to collect? I'd like a video choice, always a video for me. And I can also say how long I want to give them to do it. 1 minute is usually enough, I think, to get this across, because if they have too much time, then they start to ramble and get off topic. So we have our things here. So I'm just going to use the exact same text on my capture and my text in here. So we have that as reference. I'm gonna go to customize to the next screen. So now, as you can see, I have different options. So I can add a welcome page. I can have my prompts, all this stuff. So what I'm actually gonna do is a welcome page at this point. So now we have our welcome page. This is where it kind of gives people some context of what they can expect with what they're getting into here. So give it a title, like how this works, and you can have the default welcome messages. Thank you so much for responding, and the video to share the experience. Tell your story by recording a short video or audio clip, nothing to download or install. Retake as many times as you'd like. So this kind of gives it a very standard sort of situation. You can customize it if you want, but I really like what Story Prompt has done for us to make this easy. Okay, so I have our welcome page. I have our prompt here. Okay, if I want to change the thumbnail, make it say something different, or I can upload something specific, I have that option as well. And now we want to do our next prompt. So since we're doing a series of videos, we want to have those put into here. So now we're gonna go record our next prompt so that we can ask all the questions that we want for our formula. How is it that my company was able to help you with this problem that you had? Any details would be greatly appreciated. What is it about my company that made you decide to ultimately pick us, that had nothing maybe to do with our last prompt? Is there something else that was different, like our mission, our purpose? What was it? Since we've been working together, what have been the results you've seen and the outcomes that you've achieved through our time together? Now, if you could please just share your final thoughts and feelings about your experience with us and why you think other people should consider us as well. Now that I have recorded all 5 of my prompts, I need one last thing to kind of wrap this up, and that is to make sure that I have my thank you page in order. So now that we're on the thank you page, this is a great way for us to wrap up and collect those final details from our customer. There's 2 sides to this. One, we have our title and our thank you page. Obviously here, thank you so much, all that. But we can go to the form section where we need to collect details. So the form title can be, please share your information. Okay, and then we can go over here to fields, and this is where we can kind of pick the other information that we would probably need so that we can talk about them with confidence. We're going to hit done. And as you can see, now we have our final prompt all together. Now we also have this branding and design. So this is where if we really want, we can dig into some things, like if we want it square, if we want it landscape, what is it that we want to do? We can also put our brand colors in here, like if we have specific coloring that we want to use. I really like the default pink, so like it doesn't bother me to have that there. We also can have our page design where we can add specific text colors, background colors, or a background image if that's what you're looking for from a branding perspective. We also can upload our logo if we want to put it on our screen so that we can brand this content for ourselves so that other people cannot use it. I'm just gonna keep mine the way it is and just kind of preview each one of these prompts. So with this question, I would like to know, all right, and I can just go here. I have prompt 3 where I can know what it is the problem that you had before coming to my service, and how did it make you feel before you got this resolution to your problem? Okay, so I can just kind of review. I love it. I can record play. I'm gonna hit done. So now I can see what my preview is gonna look like. I can hit play to watch the final stuff, and I am good to go. So I can hit the X button. So as you can see, I have my prompts over here on the far left-hand side under my prompts. But you can see this says problem with the emotional impact. So what this did is it took the title of my first prompt and made it the thing. So I'm just gonna say customer testimonial, and then boom, it's all changed here. That way I know it clearly. So now let's talk about the different things that we have in here that we can use to share and promote what we're doing. One, we can hit the share or embed website. So this is where we're gonna copy this link and we're going to send it to our customer with what they need to do to get started so that they can work through these prompts one at a time. We also copy the link here. We also have opportunities to like embed a code, like if we wanna create a page on our website to collect these prompts, we can do that as well, or we can post things to a space. But for right now, the biggest thing that we need is this copy link to send to our customers via email or a text message. Now we have the opportunity here to connect to other apps if you want to put some systems in place that help with doing things. I'm not going to go into that today, but these are options that you have available to you. Or down here at the bottom, we can delete our prompt, which obviously we do not want to do right now. Now, once you've gotten a video back, what's really cool is that Story Prompt automatically will mix it together. That's what mixes is for. So you can go into your videos and it's going to put background music in it for you and all kinds of other branding that you have. So what you can do if you want to edit any of this is you just hit the edit button on it. and it's going to provide the link for you, and it kind of puts it all together for you in a way that makes sense. You can adjust the sizing, the shape of it. You can add in any of your specific branding that you might have. You can go to the producer, and these different producers can add a specific kind of theme to your video so that you can play with it in that way. We have different moods if you want to like change out what your music is. Of course, put your branding in place for any text on screen that you might want or fonts, and add any B-roll that you might have. You also have more editing capabilities for these individualized clips over here on the side, like maybe someone was flubbing through something, so you can cut out clips, you can copy them and edit them as you need to create the mix for your videos. Because what it's gonna do is take all the videos that you have and put them together to make it work the way that you want it to. So it works very nicely for you to have a final finished product for your videos. Story Prompt is a fantastic way for you to collect any video content that you need from your customer, have conversations, and really build a community. To learn more about how you can use this tool, check the link I have for you down in the description below so you can dive more into this really amazing and really versatile video capturing tool. So now that you have a way to capture the video content from your client, what do you need to ask them so that you can have success with the video testimonials? A lot of people make some pretty basic mistakes by just asking people to say whatever, or like whatever your thoughts are, that would be really great. Asking specific questions gets specific results and allows your customers to think about what you did for them and what they were going through. So here's my 5-question formula for you to ask so that you can make sure that you can have testimonials that will actually work for you, that people actually want to watch. So the first thing that you're going to need to identify is like, what was the problem your customer had before they came to you? This is gonna be very much about like, this is the problem we were having, this is the struggles we had, this is how we felt about it. Really encourage them to dive into how they were feeling and the problem that they had before they met you. So now that we know the problem that your customer had, we need to talk about how your company solved that problem. So what was the solution that your company had that solved their problem? Now we want to ask them why. Why did they choose you specifically? Maybe it was because of the price, maybe because of all the testimonials that you had on your website. Maybe it was because of the track record. They had worked with you before, or a friend of a friend had referred them. Understanding how someone got to you is really important, not only for your own personal data internally, but also for other people to understand like why this perfect stranger, this person they are trying to decide if they trust or not, picked you to accomplish the thing that you did for them, the problem you solved essentially. So what was the result? Like what was the data, the measurable thing that happened from working with you? Like let's say if like you had a leak in your house and you called a plumber, the plumber fixed the leak. What was measurable results? Because the plumber fixed my leak, I no longer have any damage leaking in, we got new iron pipes, like the results was this and this. Like really kind of stick to the facts and the data about how your company solved their problem really specifically. And if there are visuals, like 10 times better. After all said and done, what did your client think of the work that you had done for them? This is where they can get a lot more emotional and really connect with their viewer about like, hey, this is like the problem I had. I felt so much better. It kind of goes into feelings and things like that. This is where they can kind of be off target and off the focus and just kind of gush about how great you are. I want you to notice that in this formula, there is one thing that we did not talk about that I need you to very consciously not include in your videos. And it is an introduction. Here's the thing. I can't tell you how many testimonial videos I have watched where people go into this whole thing about who they are. Hi, my name is Desiree from All-in-One Social Media. My company helps you blah, 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 blah. That has no context for what we're talking about. What was your problem and how did the company solve it? Like those are things you want to know. If you need to like give someone's name or context for who you are, that's kind of like bottom third over here situation is all about, where you can add in their name and where they are and any other information. People can read and listen at the same time. It's gonna not distract what's going on, but to get them to watch and to get to the middle or the end of that video, you have to remove the ancillary piece of information because that means nothing to your potential customer who's deciding whether or not to work with you. So I would encourage you to take those 5 questions, those 5 like formula pieces that I gave you, and make story prompts for each one of those and send those to your customers and ask them to do for you. So you can then take those pieces and repurpose them into one long video or turn them into other pieces of content for your social media. So speaking of, we now need to talk about like how you can maximize the reach and utility of these videos. Once we have all these video testimonials, we want to do something with it, something very effective that's going to allow for us to maximize the reach of these testimonials and the variety of the places that we use them. So besides using them on your social media, like turning them into reels for TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, we want to also consider adding them to our website, to a case study wall, or just testimonials on our homepage. We want to maybe turn these videos into case study specific blogs that go onto our website. We want to use these again for social media, but we can also take the video and turn it into other things like images or text-based graphics that we're going to be able to share on social media to expand the reach of it. We want to include these in our emails, maybe in our drip campaigns or part of our sales funnel, so that we're going to be able to push people to it, because if they're already on that email list, they're already in the sales funnel, they're probably already interested in buying. They just maybe need that extra outside voice to push them to that buy button. And as like a sleeper trick for you, you can add all of your videos to your Google My Business. Now, you can definitely have that customer that gave you a testimonial maybe do a Google My Business review and give you the stars and stuff, but you can also upload that video as a part of like your content that shows up, so that you can kind of share that case study and that experience of what had happened with other people who are interested in your service. You just don't get the stars for that. Whenever you're posting things, though, it's always important to make sure that you include a really solid call to action. It's not too salesy, but it's really going to help people understand like what's happening in this video and how you can help them with this problem that they may be having as well. Now, we're talking about tools and systems and methods that are going to be able to help you maximize your video's potential and its reach. So I want you to watch this video I have for you right here. I'm going to share with you all the tools that are worth every single penny for your video creation process.